The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Finance Chief Ben Jokno has invited businessmen in Singapore to invest in the proposed MAHARILIKA investment fund. This as economic managers touted the yet-to-be-established fund during the Philippine economic managers' second trip to Singapore for their economic briefing. Jokno said returns from the MIF would make for an alternative source of funds for the country's infrastructure projects. Economic managers said the government has 194 infrastructure projects lined up worth 8.3 trillion pesos. Jokno said they do not expect MIF returns to fund all these entirely, but instead serve as additional funds. Jokno also proposed creating sub-funds under the MIF.
The fund has to earn money. So you have short-term, long-term investments, and we propose to create several sub-funds, infrastructure fund, maybe green fund, and so forth and so on. Okay.
The National Economic and Development Authority also said that the government would prioritize raising investments for the MIF from the private sector. Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Arsenio Balisacan said private investors would help boost the country's labor sector.
There's no other way of improving the quality of employment than getting a major push in the investment. So we need to get those investments to complement a rapidly growing labor force.
Economic managers also believe investments from the private sector will help the country meet its GDP growth target of 6.5 to 8%. With this, economic managers believe the country will be able to achieve upper middle income status within 2 years. However, the Bangko Sentral says the government must still keep an eye on inflation and other risks that may weigh on the economy.
The risks are still on the upside for both this year and for next year. So we're at the BSP, we're continuing to monitor the possible upside risks to inflation. And let me mention a number of them that we've flagged to the Monetary Board, including additional transport fare hikes, higher domestic food prices, higher wage adjustments.
Back here in the Philippines, President Bongbong Marcos has launched his administration's plan to strengthen the country's export sector. The President unveiled the Philippine Export Development Plan 2023 to 2028 at International Trade Forum of the Trade Department. The President admitted that the Philippines is lagging behind its Asian neighbors in terms of exports. President Marcos noted that 40% of our exports is only on one product, while 49 billion pesos in potential revenue remains untapped.
That is why we have to bring up our game, export game a little bit, and support our exporters so that they can compete in foreign markets and that they are able to be not only suppliers but also industrial consumers of the products that are around the world.
The Trade Department said the President's visits to other countries are also boosting the Philippines' export sector, as these visits help in promoting local products to foreign investors. Among the countries that the President is eyeing to visit soon is the United Arab Emirates. Aside from economic agenda, Marcos also aims to attend the Climate Change Summit in UAE. This as the administration seeks to focus on addressing the impacts of climate change here in the Philippines, like strong storms and the El Nino phenomenon.
I hope that we will be able to attend, and beyond the conference of parties is that we also want to renew and our ties with the UAE. Ang daming Pilipino doon. Kaya't kailangan makatiyak tayo na patuloy ang kanilang magandang pagtrato sa ating mga kababayan sa UAE.
On to some Mayon volcano updates. Concerns among Albay residents over the impact of the ash fall from Mayon volcano continue to grow. Experts warn that ash from the volcano may cause irritation to the eyes, skin, and upper respiratory system. Several evacuees have already reported contracting an upper respiratory infection, such as coughs and colds. As of June 15, the health department has tallied 35 cases, a lot of which are children.
Ang pinakamalaki is cough and colds nga po sa mga bata. So ito ngayon, meron po naman tayo nakalaag dyan. Nakaset up. Sorry, Bicol yung laag Nakaset up dyan sa ating mga health centers ng mga medical teams. May clinic po dyan para assuming po may pumuntang bata, buma-assess na po siya, then mati-check upan and further management. Ngayon, kung matatanda po yan, then we have to take some examinations po. Malay mo, COVID, so we have to, meron pa kaming rapid antigen test po dyan.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The MMDA considers allowing license confiscation under the single ticketing system. MMDA Chairman Romando Artes said they may confiscate the licenses of motorists who will fail to pay fines for 2 consecutive violations. According to Artes, motorists may either pay on the spot or proceed to the nearest land transportation office to get back their licenses.
Posibleng pangungumpiska ng LGUs ng lisensya pag dalawa na po yung huli. I-authorize na po natin ng mga LGUs na kumpiskahin yung lisensya at i-remit po yan sa LTO para po mabayaran yung dalawang huli kaagad.
The MMDA added that traffic enforcers may be able to use handheld devices as early as next month after the recalibration process.
Next week po or within the month, magti-train na po tayo ng mga traffic enforcers sa paggamit nitong handheld device po natin. After that, magso-soft launch po tayo sa paggamit ng ticketing device, and hopefully by July.
The Social Welfare Department received the first batch of rice and other food items from China for families affected by Mayon's activity. DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian personally received over 600 bags of rice, which were shipped through the Chinese Navy training vessel Qiji Guang. Also donated were boxes of noodles, biscuits, and flour. China is also expected to donate another 3,600 bags of rice. China also provided an additional 1 million peso check for families affected by Typhoon Betty. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.